I know you will like this video because this is all about the karma of having children, trying to decipher them, and also the karma of having siblings and trying to decipher them. So I know you will relate to it, and it's very rarely spoken about in Vedic astrology. Let's get started. Now, when we're talking about children, the karma of children, whether you're going to have a child or not in this lifetime, it is related to the 5th house of your horoscope. So as an astrologer, if you're coming to me asking about your first child or whether you're going to have a child or not, or if you're going to adopt a child or have technological intervention in having a child, which is IVF or any other such technology that you're using to have a child, all of this is seen through the 5th house. Now, this is your firstborn child, right? After you have the firstborn child, you have the second-born child that is seen through the 7th house of your horoscope. Now, their sibling, the 3rd child, is seen through the 9th house. The 4th child is seen through the 11th house. The 5th child is seen through the ascendant. Why? Because in the horoscope, we have only 12 houses. So once we have crossed over the 12th, we go back to the 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd house. Now, if you notice the pattern, every time I'm adding 2 houses to the number that I'm talking about, which is that if I'm talking about the first child, I'm just adding 2 more houses to it and I'm reaching the second child karma. I'm adding 2 more houses to it and I'm reaching the 3rd child karma, so on and so forth. But if it's too technical, you don't have to worry about it because what we're talking about here today is the karma and the impact of having the first child and what changes in your life as compared to having the second child and what changes in your life and so on and so forth. Now, the same thing happens when we try to understand siblings. Your elder sibling, the middle child, your youngest sibling, depending on where you are in that list, you can also decipher your siblings much better. Why do we have these stereotypical ideas of the eldest child being the most successful, most responsible, the middle child being a rebel, the youngest child being too engrossed in their own lives? Why do we have these stereotypical ideas about them? It's the horoscope. It's given in the horoscope and it's given in everybody's horoscope, not just mine or not just yours. It's for everyone. So be with me on this. As a parent, if you're having your first child, your 5th house activates. So if you're thinking about having a child, 5th house has to be active. Once you have the first child being born, I know that your 5th house is working into the power of 1,000,000, literally. 5th house also signifies other things. Romance, past life blessings, family karma, learnings, creativity. All of these things get activated when your first child is born into your life. Because you cannot have a child in your life till the time you don't have past life blessings for it. So it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? So it's the past life blessings you need to have your first child. Then once a child is born, you feel that sense of romance between you and your partner. You have this mission now to take care of a child, right? So romance also comes in. Now the child needs to be entertained, right? It's not just about giving birth. You have to stay with the child, make them smile, you play with them. Creativity comes in. So 5th house is active. Now the karma of the second child. The second child is governed by the 7th house of your horoscope, but 7th house is also other things. What is it? It's your marriage. It's your business partnerships. It's how the world views you. You will see this for a fact that after you have the second child, your marriage will get affected. For the good or for the bad, that we have to study the horoscope. I can't tell you this right away because every horoscope is different. But second child will bring changes into your marriage. It will also bring changes in business, in the sense of success that you feel in your life, also in the way the world views you. Now you're not just the mother of one child, you're the mother of 2 children. Your hands are full. When you think about the 3rd child, the karma with the 3rd child is that the minute this 3rd child is born, who's governed by the 9th house, you start becoming more and more spiritual. It's magical how it happens, but I've seen people change their career from something very technical and practical to a more spiritual line. And it blows my mind how it applies to just about everybody. Every time you have the 3rd child being born, you will see that you will actually travel to faraway places. You will also become more religious, or you will find a guru in your life. Your father's health may be affected. All of these things happen because they're all connected to the 9th house in your life. Also, suddenly you will see expenses coming through. Your work, you're earning something, you might get a promotion also. But here's the thing, no matter how much you're earning, I've seen people get a raise, but then they realize we are still spending so much that I feel that I have less money than I did before. Of course, you have 3 children now, so logically it makes sense. But all of this activates because the ninth house activates, and all the things that ninth house signifies, that gets activated in your chart. Now, this is also the reason why the firstborn is so different from the secondborn is so different from the thirdborn. When you want to understand the personalities of your all your children, you have to understand the personality of that house. If my fifth house is very positive planets, let's say it has a Jupiter, I know my first child will be very studious, will be very learned, wise. If the second house has, let's say, Mars, I know for a fact that my child is going to be a rebel. But what if it has Moon? This is a child who is very ambitious, wants a lot of toys, wants a lot of things. The minute you have the third child, the equation of the children changes, right? Now it's no more the eldest child and the youngest child. It's the eldest child, the middle child, and the youngest child. So now your ninth house is also active. Your focus is on ninth house related things, and this child is the personality type that is your ninth house. So if your ninth house has Venus, you are quite likely to get a new card. If ninth house is having Saturn, you're quite likely to work harder than before. So depending on the planet placements, depending on the condition of those houses, personality of children changes, personality of your siblings change. Because if, let's say you're not a parent, you don't have children, but you have siblings, you have older siblings, younger siblings, see it from your mother's point of view, that your mother's chart will show that you are the eldest child, you're going to behave like her fifth house. You are the youngest child, you're going to behave like her ninth house, right? Your third born. Let's say you're second born, you're behaving like the seventh child. If you're the fifth child, you're behaving like your mother because you are the ascendant, you're governed by the ascendant. So the fifth child usually has a personality type which is very much like the parent themselves. If you are the fourth child, notice that you're very much like a friend to your parent. And these insights actually give you, so much detailing into how your relationship with the parent would be, or as a parent, how your relationship with the child would be. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot from this. And if you have more questions or have more things to say about your sibling relationship, or if it does apply to the children that you have in your life and it blows your mind, comment below. I would love to know more about you. And if you want to know more, visit my website. The address is given below. You can start your beginner's astrology course there. You can start off meditation practices. You have some ebooks to read. Otherwise, just drop a message there. I would love to know more about you, get to know you better. So till then, till my next video, I'll see you. Bye-bye.